Hi, I'm Jennifer Boyer. I'm Environmental Projects Coordinator for DuPage County Stormwater Management. I'm here to talk to you about a project on our campus to design a more sustainable detention basin. Detention basins are a place to store stormwater to help prevent flooding. They look like lakes or ponds, and you see them everywhere, in your subdivision, along the road, or near shops and offices. Older basins were built with only stormwater storage in mind, and some may even be making water quality worse. We want to talk to you about our project to redesign or retrofit an old detention basin. Our basin was full to the brim with sediment. This actually means that the basin did its job by storing sediment and the pollutants that attached to the sediment. The basin had been full for a while, and someone had cut a trench in a straight line from the inflow pipe to the outflow pipe. While the trench allowed water to reach the outlet very quickly, there was almost no water quality treatment and almost no water storage. The county decided to retrofit this basin to improve its storage capacity and water quality. Before I show you what we changed, we should talk about why healthy soils and a diversity of plants are important for water quality. Water quality and stormwater benefits of soil and vegetation include filtering out pollutants, slowing water down, and water storage. So, how do native systems do it? Well, soils are amazing. Think of healthy soils as a treatment plant. Healthy soils house a whole world of beneficial organisms that convert or lock away substances that can be harmful to the environment. Many different species of insects, invertebrates, fungus, bacteria, and algae make up a healthy soil. We are still learning about all of the services that soil organisms provide. What we do know is that they do different things. That means that diversity is very important. The more diverse the soil biota, the better the treatment plant. Soils are loosened and fluffed by plant roots, organic material, and all that insect and invertebrate activity. Fluffy soils means more storage capacity and better infiltration rates. What do you think would support more species in the soil? A prairie with 100 species of plants, or a lawn with 2 or 3 species of plants? You guessed it, different kinds of plants support different kinds of soil organisms. And plants have a symbiotic relationship with soil biota. They bring nutrients down, create pathways for water, and host different species of fungi and bacteria, which in turn provide food to other soil species. Soil organisms make life better for plants by providing trace elements, fixing nitrogen, fluffing up that soil, and regulating soil moisture. Plants also take up and release a tremendous amount of water into the atmosphere as water vapor. This process is called evapotranspiration. How do invasive species cause problems? Invasive plant species take over an area by outcompeting other plants. They take more than what they give from the soil and support fewer organisms, causing diversity to go down above the soil and in the soil. Poor soils make for a poor treatment plant. Now that you know about the benefits of healthy soils, how can we apply that to a good sustainable design? Slow down the water and keep it there. We want the water to have as much contact with the soil as possible, increasing the time that it takes for water to flow through the basin. This allows the water more time to soak into the soil, filtering pollutants and helping with stormwater volume. So, how do engineers do that? Make the water take the longest path through the basin by separating the inflow pipe from the outflow pipe. Use a berm to prevent the water from escaping too soon, or use a long meandering path for the water to follow. Make a basin large, with a flat bottom to create lots of surface area. Build the outlet a few inches above the ground so that most of the bottom is a wetland instead of open water. Water from smaller storms soaks down instead of flowing out. A wetland supports aerobic and anaerobic processes in the soils. Shallow slopes. This feature helps support diversity because more species of plants like to live on shallow slopes than on steep slopes. Also important is that shallow slopes don't erode as easily. Erosion dumps pollutants into water that used to be locked into the soil and makes the water look brown, like chocolate milk. Make a deeper pool where the water comes in so that the energy of the flow is taken out by the water instead of stirring up sediments. Large particles drop out of the water here and collect to the bottom. This area is easier to clean out because it's usually near a road, instead of having to clean out the entire wetland bottom of the basin. Let's get back to our basin project. The county removed all of the old sediment and made the bottom of the basin flat and just a few inches below the outlet pipe to create a wetland. A berm was constructed to force the water to take a longer path through plants and soil before it could flow out of the outlet. A diverse mix of native species was installed, and crews maintained the vegetation by removing non-native plants 3 to 4 times per year to keep our treatment plant working at its best. What about lawns mowed to the edge of a pond? Lawns are better than concrete, but they don't support as much life as a prairie or wetland. Sometimes lawns are over-fertilized or accumulate dog or goose droppings. When it rains, these pollutants run into the water, causing eutrophication. A symptom of eutrophication is algae, which causes low oxygen levels and impacts wildlife and humans. If we use herbicide to kill the algae, will that fix the problem? No, algal blooms are a symptom of the problem of too many nutrients in the water. The polluted water will still flow downstream and create an algal bloom there.